This is Jody from Puppywinkle, and I'm going to talk today about using metal accents in your journaling projects. It goes so well, especially with this kind of grungy look, putting metal on it. And if you don't have metal, I'm going to show you ways to pretend you have metal. And if you have metal you don't like the colors of, I'm going to show you ways to change that too. So let's get to it. So this little gem is an example of my favorite idea for working with metal. If you don't have metal, which in this case, this isn't metal, or if you don't have metal in the right color, this was a silver staple. You can use alcohol markers to alter the color and to make something that's not metal look metal. So this is just a piece of gold cardstock. And so what I did was I took an alcohol marker in a dark brown and I colored around it, and then I wiped it. I wiped it off. And the thing about alcohol markers is if you don't like how it looks, you can just color over it again. And it kind of erases the first one and starts fresh. So there's really no messing this up. But anyway, so now instead of looking like a piece of gold cardstock, it looks like an old piece of rusty metal. I did the same thing with staples. All you do is you color the silver staples all around with the alcohol marker. It has to be alcohol marker. It can't be just a regular marker, or it won't stay. This is a permanent marker. And when you put these in your stapler, they come right through. When I thought of this idea, I thought, oh, it's probably going to gunk up my stapler and make it like cruddy inside and clog it all up. But it doesn't. It just staples right as easy as can be. Yeah. I've already loaded this with a set of them. There it is. Kind of a mottled looking brown, just like an old rusty staple would look. So here are some things that you might have, and just keep in mind you can alter these with alcohol markers. These are some gold stickers. This is that gold cardstock, any cutouts. These are corner protectors. That's too shiny for me. I'd dull them down for sure. Safety pins, paper clips, brads. These are little book plates, actual metal book plates, staples, bulb pins, or D-rings. Another way you can make metal out of something not metal is one of these gold Sharpie pens. It's a metallic. They come in silver too. It's a metallic pen, so it gives it a sheen. This label holder here was the same color as this craft cardstock, and I just put this on it, and it gets a sheen to it. It's not exactly convincing, not as convincing as this guy was, but it's definitely a metallic look. I'm going to see what it looks like with these numbers. That turned out really good. That sort of looks like a piece of metal cut out. I think my favorite of all the metal accents I have are these tiny little brads. I got these at Michael's a long time ago. They came in a pack of 200, and I think they're black, silver, gold, and brown. So here I'm going to use them on this, and I'm just going to put one in each corner. I'll take my awl and poke it down in each corner. so the brad will go through. It's cardstock, so you know, if it were paper, I think it would go through without the poke. And then you just open them up on the back. And the thing that's nice about doing this ahead of time, like instead of putting it onto the page or the card or whatever you're going to put it on, the good thing about doing it ahead of time before you attach it to anything is that these prongs get covered up when you put it in its final resting place. A nice little metal accented pointing figure. I don't see people use these too much. They're a little fussy, but I love the way they look because they're big and they sort of look like something you'd put on leather because they have a flat top. So anyway, but they are a little fussy to do, and so what I do is I put them where I want them. Right about there, and then I push down, and those little sharp legs give you an indentation so you know where to put your holes, because they're not quite sharp enough to go through 2 layers of cardstock, but they are sharp enough to give you a marking where you want to put them. And so then I just put them in. I got these on Amazon. I think I have a link to them. They're very cool. But they're huge compared to others. Like the ones I showed you before, the little babies. That's the little baby. And then probably the normal size one is this. So pretty large, but very, very industrial looking. And then I just kind of flatten it down here, and then these sharp edges I just push over like that. So these are fun to make. Super easy, super fun. These are eyelets. And again, I didn't like the color. They were this bright gold. Bright gold. And I used the marker. I used the marker in different shades of brown to just dull it up and old it up. And then these little printouts and numbers, they're from a printable of mine, and I'll link to it. But all I did was when I printed it, instead of printing it in color, I printed it in black and white. So I just printed these labels on the black and white setting, cut them out, and then I pasted them onto cardstock because I printed them on paper, just regular copy paper, and I wanted to have something firm to have this eyelet hold on to. And inked it up, and there you have it. I hope you liked this video. If you have any questions about how I did any of these, feel free to leave me a comment. I love hearing what you think. And in my next video, I'm going to show how I actually use some of these things in a project. So if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to my channel, and I'll let you know. You'll get a notification of when that next video comes out. Thanks for watching. Bye.